Hey, okay, so I'm not there today, as you can tell, but I wanted to go over a few things with you while I could. The first thing, most importantly, that I wanted to talk to you about, your homework that you had last night, the 6 problems on page 276, numbers 1 through 6. We'll go over those a little bit tomorrow when I come back. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to continue practicing on those fractions and multiplying fractions, but doing more of them. I really want you to focus in on the simplifying before you multiply, because that is the part that's new. So that's the part that I really want to talk about today. And so if you're looking at your notes, because you should have them out, and if you don't, I want you to pause this video, get out your notes, and then hit play again. But the part of your notes that I want to make sure that we're looking at, whoa, that's a horrible line, is this simplifying before you multiply. And then after you simplify before you multiply, you follow your step 2, and that's multiplying your numerators and denominators. And then if you forgot something at the beginning when you simplified, you can always simplify at the end. We are going to do 2 extra problems today just to kind of review what you already learned. So what I need you to do is on the back of your notes packet, you have a blank page. It's a blank canvas. We're going to look at that. So I want you to write down the problem 4/5 times 3/7. 4/5 times 3/7 we're going to look at, and so we look at this and we say, hey, is there a number on top that has something in common with the number on bottom? And if so, we'll simplify. But if not, we move on to our next step, which is multiplying across. We multiply our numerators and then our denominators. So let's look at this. I've got 4/5 and 3/7. My first numerator, top number, is 4. It has nothing in common with either of the bottom numbers. So I'm going to look at my other one, 3. 3 has nothing in common with 5 or 7 either. So because I have nothing in common, I am going to go ahead and I am going to just multiply across and say 4 times 3 is 12. You're going to have to bear with me as I'm going to try and write this nicely here. And then 5 times 7 is 35. Now, there's nothing I can simplify before, and there's still nothing I can simplify at the end. And so 12/35 is my answer. Multiplying fractions, the whole thing, multiply across. That's all you're doing. Except when we can simplify, like this next problem. This problem, if you look at 4/9 times 15/16. I can simplify here, and I can actually simplify multiple times. So let's look at this. You're going to look for numbers that have something in common. It has to be one top number and one bottom number. It can't be 2 tops and it can't be 2 bottoms. It has to be one on top and one on bottom. So if I look, I've got 4. Does 4 have anything in common with 9? No. But does 4 have something in common with 16? Yes. 4 and 16 can both be divided by 4. And so I'm going to divide both of them by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And so now my 4 has turned into a 1 and my 16 has turned into a 4. Perfect. I love smaller numbers. I'd rather deal with smaller numbers than get really big numbers and then have to make them smaller. So after I've simplified, I'm going to look again. I'm going to say, hey, is there anything else I can simplify? And you're going to say, yes. You can simplify the 15 and the 9. Both of those have 3 in common, which means I can divide both of them by 3. So if I do 9 divided by 3, I get 3. 15 divided by 3, and I get 5. So now I'm going to look again, and I'm going to say, is there anything else that any of the numbers have in common? One top, one bottom. Is there anything that has anything in common? And the answer is no. So then I go ahead and I multiply across. So I do 1 times 5. Notice I didn't do anything with the 4, anything with the 15, because I've already crossed them off and I made them new numbers by simplifying. So 1 times 5 is 5. And 3 times 4 is 12. So my answer turns out to be 5 12ths. And that's the reminders of what we talked about yesterday with the simplifying before you multiply. You're going to go ahead and you're going to practice them on the worksheet that is attached on Schoology. You're going to do the work on a separate sheet of paper. So you're going to copy down the problem, then do your work, and then circle your answer. Go move to the next problem. Copy down the problem, do your work, circle your answer. Copy down the problem, do your work, circle the answer. You do not have to copy down all of the word problems, but you do need to show me the work. And that's about it for today, guys. So whatever you don't finish today in class, it is going to be homework. Hopefully you'll get through it done in class. Otherwise, have a good day.